Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm.
Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends at yarnspirations.com. This is the Snow Days with Hot Chocolate Crochet Blanket Stitch Along. This is week number 1. This is my own design here on Yarnspirations, and what we have is a winter concept of snowflakes. So if you want to make it more Christmassy, you can, and we have a lot of stitching opportunities for this. Now this pattern completely is about 12 pages, and it is a week by week, so as we go through it, you're going to be able to follow the instructions, and I also provided to you a crochet diagram that's available. So in week number 1, we're going to be creating the massive big square in the center, and that's our goal. We're going to be using Caron 1 pound if you would like to follow the pattern as written. And the instructions here is the color is 1 ball, the off-white is 1 ball, and contrast C here is 2 balls of medium gray mix. So that's an opportunity. So about a year or so ago, I did a stitch along with the study of the journey, and I used Peyton's inspired yarn here, and I have a lot of these little balls that are left over, and I'm going to be using that here on tutorial format for this one here. I do not know, I'm just going to randomize the colors, and I don't know how much yarn you're going to need exactly for that, but that's what I'm going to be using on camera because that's just how it is, right? We all have a little bit of yarn left over here and there, and so I think the snowflakes and eccentric and different colors could be really really eccentric. So we're in this particular pattern, you're going to need a 5mm size H crochet hook, and we're going to begin and dive in immediately. I do recommend that you do run a gauge if you would like to do it with the Caron 1 pound. Here's the gauge here, 12 single crochets and 13 rounds. Because you are working in a circle, you may want to consider that as a strong opportunity. None of the squares will buckle onto itself, so that's something with this gauge you're going to see as well. So we're going to get immediately started, and let's begin, and you can use any colors that you want. There's no crochet police today, and let's begin right now. On page number 2, there's some tips from me that you'll see here in the gray boxes. So some of the stitches are missing a chain 1 at the beginning intentionally. I find sometimes when you do a chain 1 at the beginning of a round, it can thicken things up. And because we have a lot more lacier looks, I found that it was out of place when I did that. So you'll see that sometimes it's missing. The project is completed on the right side, so you will not be turning this over at any point in order to do this. And I do recommend that you do weave in your tails as you go, so it makes it a lot easier. So we're going to start off with the round circle first, and then as we get past round number 8, we're going to transition then to a square. And what you're going to notice in the diagram itself is that we left in the stitch counts going all the way across, and usually I do that when I'm designing. So I did that for you so that you can count the number of stitches and going across. So I thought that might be important for you, and we're going to start with the center and work our way out. So let's begin, and we're going to create a slip knot. And I'm just using this color here, just random colors that I'm using. So if you're going to email me and ask me the color breakdown, I don't know because it's going to be random. So just chain 4. And then just slip stitch to the first chain to form the center ring. And now let's begin round number 1. Round number 1, we're going to chain 3. That will count as your first double crochet, and then I want you to put in 11 more double crochets into the center ring. So we can count those out together. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So with the chain 3 and these 11, that should give you a total count of 12. Verify that first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then once you verified that, you are just going to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. And let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2, right where you're sitting, where you did the join, is your first stitch. You're going to get a chain 1 and single crochet right into the same one that you did the join. And then you were going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to only skip 1 stitch, and you're going to go this one right here, and you're going to single crochet, and you're going to do that all the way around. So chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet all the way around, and you should have a total of 3 of these grouping of chain 3s by the time you get back around. Please do the same step around. I'll see you at the end of the circle. So I'm coming all the way back around, and you're going to slip stitch it to the first one. So you should be able to count 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th one, so you'll slip stitch it to the first single crochet. And now let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, we're going to just chain up 1, and you are going to single crochet into the same single crochet that you're on top of. In the next chain 3, we're going to do a multiple of things. We're going to start with 2 single crochets first. So 1 and 2, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single 2 more times into the same space. So lots going on in that space. Okay, so let's move on. So here's the repeat pattern. You'll single crochet in the next single crochet, and then in the next chain 3 space, you'll place in 2 single crochet, chain 5, and 2 single crochet. Please repeat those steps all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm just coming up at the end of number 3. I've filled in that space. We've already singled in this single where we started, so we're just going to slip stitch and complete number 3. Let's move on to round number 4. Round number 4, lots going on here, and we are going to just chain 1 and single crochet in the first single crochet. So everything is going to be concentrating on these peaks here. There's a total of 6 of them. So to get there first, you're going to chain 2. You're then going to single crochet into this chain 5 space. It kind of looks like a fleur-de-lis if you're thinking about a visual. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet back into that same spot right here. Now you're going to chain 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and come back in. And then you were going to chain a total of 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet back in. Okay, so it looks like this. To get to the next single crochet, you're going to chain 2 and single in the single right here. Okay, that's where they join together. Okay. Now I'm going to start another one, so I'm going to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then just come into this next space, single crochet first, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single in, and then chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then single crochet in, and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single back in, and then chain 2 and go to the middle single crochet and single crochet in. So please do this all the way around. You'll have a beautiful snowflake at the end of this round, and I'll see you there in a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet that I started with, and therefore this coloring would be done. Okay, so if you're going to change your colors as per the pattern, here's where you're going to do it. I'm only going to show you one time on how to weave in your ends. So just pull it through, turn it over to the back side, and put it onto a tapestry needle. Don't be cheap about not doing these final little details. It's the difference of yarn tails falling out or not. So then just take it and just drag it through. Now just don't go between the strands, go between plies too. Make sure you're getting those plies separated. It's a lot better, and it will less likely fall out if you can separate some plies versus going in between the strands. And you're going to go back and forth a total of 3 times. And I recommend that you do this as you go, and then it's less to work with. If you went over the yarn tail like I did, or if you've already woven it in, you can get rid of that as well. And then we're moving on to round number 5 next. Round number 5, we're going to start with a standing single crochet. So create that slip knot first, and then going in, and you want to go to the tip of a chain 7. It doesn't matter which one as long as you do the tip. And so you're just going to scoop the yarn through. You have 2 on the hook, and then pull through 2. That is a standing single crochet. Nice little thing to know. Put this in behind. You'll have to weave that in with a tapestry needle later. You're then now going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to double crochet all the way down to the single in between the petals here. It's a long way down, but it's worth it. And now you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and single into the peak of the next petal. Okay, so it's the middle one. It's the chain 7. And you need to go around doing the same thing. So then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then double crochet down into in between. And then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the peak. And I need you to do this all the way around for round number 5. So I'm coming all the way around here on round number 5. It's going to look like it's buckling a bit. Do not panic, just keep on going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch it to the beginning one that you have. Okay, and let's move on to round number 6. In round number 6, we're now going to convert from 6 petals to 12. And each one of these chain 4 spaces is going to be a new petal. So to begin, we're in the wrong spot right where we're sitting, and I want you to put the yarn tail that you had with the first chain section here so it gets stuck underneath. So slip stitch to the first chain 4 space first. Chain 2, and that's not going to count as a stitch here, and I want you to half double crochet into the first space here. So let's actually talk about it. The whole space is going to get a half double crochet, a double crochet, a treble, chain 3, then a treble, a double crochet, and a half double crochet. So it's all going to work in there. So let's just do it the first time. So we have a half, a double, a treble, okay, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then let's continue that same spot. So you're going to do a treble, so you're going to get smaller. So the next one has to be a double, and then a half. Okay, so the chain 2 that you started here was just a starting point, so you don't have to do anything further with that. So every time you're doing a new space now, it's fresh. So just jump to the next chain 4 space here and do the same thing. So you're going to half, double, treble, chain 3, and then treble, half, sorry, treble, double, and then half. My apologies. So you'll do this all the way around, and this is going to force it to lay down, and you'll see that happening in this round. Please do round number 6, and I'll see you at the end. So I've now come all the way around, and I'm going to slip stitch then to the beginning half double crochet. So ignore that chain 2 so that you don't add any extra stitches. And you can see it looks really kind of cool, doesn't it? And once you block things and everything, it looks pretty cool too. So we're now moving on to round number 7. So round number 7, we're going to create another set of petals. There will be a total of 12 of them as we go around. Right where we're sitting, we're going to be doing something special in this round as well. So just be careful about this. And what we need to do is that you're going to chain 1, but when you do the single crochet, you want to come in to the single that's down here. So you're just going to go in down here, leave the yarn up and pull through and make it a single. So it's wrapping around this whole section. You're then going to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then you're going to do the same configuration you did down here on this chain 3. So you'll single in first to the chain 3, then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single in, and then chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Single back in, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single back in. So it's another fleur-de-lis. Then chain 2, but this time when you go to single crochet, you're going to single crochet down here, and you're going to cover that over top. So just go down, and then let the yarn come over top and single crochet so it traps everything underneath that. It holds things together beautifully. Let's do another section. So you're going to chain 2 first, and then single crochet in the next chain 3, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single in, and now chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single in, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single in, chain 2, and then you're going to single crochet in between, and you're coming down here. Okay, and you're just going right over top of everything and securing it in. So when you get all the way around, it'll look very much like that. Continue this all the way around. This is lucky round number 7. So now just come all the way around. I've chained 2, and I am going to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet that I started with. This yellow color is now done as per the pattern, so we're going to introduce the next color, and the next colors are going to go all the way around just once as a circle, and then we're going to convert to a square. So let's move on to the next round, number 8. Let's begin in round number 8, starting with a new color, and we're going to start with the standing single crochet in any of the tips that you have, so any of the chain 7s, and you're going to begin. This is a kind of fun round. It took me a few times to figure this out, but it's fun. So just start with the standing single crochet and toss the tail in behind. Now, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to treble all the way into this loop right here. Okay, it's the chain 5 loop on the next one. So you're going to treble. Then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to come to this loop right here. So it's not the top one, it's this one, and you're going to treble, and you're going to go in front. So just stay in the front, just easier, and treble. And this is going to hold those loops open in the future. Then you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the chain 7, the peak one, and then keep moving around. So let's do another piece. So you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and treble by going into the chain 5 one, not the peak, over here. Chain 1, and then treble into this chain 5 one over here. Chain 3, and then single into the peak chain 7 one. So do you see what you're trying to do? You're trying to make sure that when you go around that these trebles are holding these open, and that's going to be a really neat look. Please continue all the way around. So I'm coming around, and I'm kind of looking at the pattern ahead. The next round is the hardest round of the entire blanket, and what we need to do is we need to square it off. So let me just finish this round. So we're chaining 3, slip stitch it to the first standing single crochet, and you're done. So you're still in a circle formation, but now we need to go into a square. There was really no easy way to design the square in the sense of trying to get it to balance properly. So what I've done is that there's actually a big repeat, and basically half of the circle is one and then the other half is the other for the repeating for this to have the balance. So I'm going to take you to the diagram next and we're going to talk about that. As we begin this round number 9, it's the hardest round of all because you have to really kind of count a lot. But once you get the counting done, to be able to align with the spaces, the way that I did it is that there's 3 chain 3 space. Each one of them equals 3 stitches of some orientation. You don't have to go right into the chain, go right into a space is just fine. So regardless if it's a space or a stitch, everything is being used. So we're going to start off with the corner, just the half of the corner, and then you're going to continue across and then go over here. The repeat then is the same information then for the rest of the 3 sides to bring you back to the beginning. Let's start round number 9. Let's start round number 9. Chain 4 equals your first treble. The next chain 3 space is going to have the following: 1 treble, I'm going right over the straggler just to keep an eye on that, just to put it inside the stitch, and then 2 double crochets. So the first space is 1 treble and 2 double crochet. The next treble that you see here is going to be a double crochet. The chain 1 space between the 2 trebles is a double crochet, and the next treble is going to be a double crochet. The next chain 3 space is going to be 3 half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. The next single right here is going to be a half double crochet. And then this space here is going to be a combination of 2 things. So you'll start with a half double crochet first, and then 2 single crochet, and then treble, chain 1 space, and treble is each a single crochet. And that's the halfway point of our side. So we're going to do exactly opposite to what we just did. So we'll start off with 2 singles in the next chain 3 space, and then 1 half double crochet. The next single is going to be a half double crochet, and then this chain 3 space is 3 half double crochet. Over these 3 is going to be a double crochet in each, so in the treble, the space, and the treble, so it's a double crochet each. And in the last space before the corner, this will be the corner, is going to start you off with 2 double crochet, 2 and then 1 treble. And then the next one is the new corner. So it'll be a treble, chain 2, and treble. And that's one whole side done. So let me just take you through one more side, and this will square off, so you don't have to worry about it. Everything should be blocked though at the end, which I'll come and recommend that later. So let's start another side. So you already have your treble in, so that was a chain 4 last time. So this first space is going to be a treble and 2 double crochet. This treble, this chain 1 space, and treble will each be a double crochet. The chain 3 space is going to be 3 half double crochet. Single crochet, half double crochet in the next single, and we're coming to the middle, so this one's going to be a half and 2 singles in the chain 3 space. So this is your middle, so each one of these, treble, space, and treble, is a single crochet. And then you're coming on the other side here, so it's going to be 2 single crochet and 1 half at the end. This one is a half double crochet in the single, and this next chain 3 is 3 half double crochet. Okay. Then here it's going to be a double crochet in the chain 1 space and there. So double crochet each. And then in this space here, you're going to have then 2 double crochet, and then a treble. And then you're back onto a new corner, which is right here. So it'll be 1 treble, chain 2, and 1 treble into the same stitch. So I want you to complete the remaining of this round. You'll see it squaring off. It's not going to be completely square for a few more rounds, but we're getting close to it, and we'll be right back in a moment. So finish this round. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I just did a treble, and then you have to put in a treble in the first one that you started out with the chain 4 on. And then we're going to do a half double crochet join to the top of the chain 4. And that allows you to get into the center of a side, or center of a corner when you do that. So you're going to notice it's not completely square because it's going to take a few rounds to do that. And we're heading in the right direction, and we're going to continue the journey into number 10. In round number 10, we are going to do our final transition to the square. And so you're going to have tall stitches, small stitches, and etc. And when I design, I normally put in this kind of information, but I accidentally left this here, which is fine. But what I normally do ahead of time is that I'll write 5 double crochets, 5 halves, 11 singles, 5 halves, and 5 doubles. And then in the corners, you have your 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Remember that these half double crochet join equals a chain 2. So that's something that you can do for yourself if you wish. And we're going to move on to round number 10. So right where you're sitting is in a corner, and you're going to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and then double crochet into the same corner. So as I mentioned, there's going to be 5 double crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have 5 half double crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what we have is that we have 11 half double crochet, or 11 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then we have to get bigger again, so 5 half double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if our math is right, we have 5 more double crochets left. So let's do 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that will take you to the chain 2 space in the corner. And then the corners will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And I need you to do this all the way around for each side to make sure that it's going to work. So you'll just start off with your 5 double, 5 halves, 11 single, 5 halves, 5 doubles, and then corner. Please do this all the way around, round number 10. So I'm coming all the way back around, and the last one has 2 double crochets in there. Okay, and then half double crochet join. If you wish to change colors at any point, you can always just chain 2 and and then just join to the top of the first chain 3. You can do that as well. So you can decide, I'm going to change colors just for the fun of it, and let's move on to round number 11 next. Okay, round number 11, second last round, and I'm just going to join. You didn't have to join new colors. There technically wasn't a color change, but you can decide what you want to do. Go into any chain 2 space if you are doing that, but if you are right where you finished, just continue as is and just chain a total of 3. So I just attached and then just chain 3 and then double crochet into the same corner. There's no counting involved. You're just going to double crochet into each stitch all the way around, and when you get to your corners, it'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Please do this, and I'll see you at the end of number 11 in a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I'm placing in 2 double crochet into the beginning one where I started. And if you want to keep the same color, just join it with the half double crochet join. In my case, I want to change the color one last time for round number 12, as the final round is next, and that's something that you can decide for yourself. Let's begin number 12 in a moment. Let's begin round number 12. If you're not joining a new color, just chain 1. If you are joining a new color, attach it first and then chain 1. Now in the first corner, you're only going to put 1 half double crochet. In the first one out, it's going to be a back post and double crochet. So just wrap the yarn, go around the back post and double crochet as normal. And the next one is a front post. So just wrap and come in the front side. And you're going to alternate between the 2 stitches all the way to the next corner. If your stitch counts are right, the stitch before the corner will be a back post double crochet. So keep bouncing between the 2 stitches all the way to the first corner, and I'll see you there in a moment. So I'm coming all the way to the next corner. As I mentioned, the last one before the corner should be a back post double crochet, and then in your corners are half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and then you'll restart another side. Okay, so when you start out, it's going to be a back post double crochet, and then a front post double crochet, and etc. Please do the remaining of this round. This is round number 12, which is the final of the big square for the Snow Days with Hot Chocolate Crochet Blanket. As we come all the way back around, it's a half double crochet into the final corner, and then chain 2, and then just join to the slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet. And then that concludes this particular section of the tutorial series. So this is video number 1, and weave in all your tails. Get all that off your plate before you begin week number 2. And in week number 2, we have a lot to do. On week number 2, we have all the little mini squares to make. We're also going to do the assembly and put this together with that as well. So lots happening in week number 2, and that's next time. And for now, we'll see you. And be sure to share your work on Facebook or any other social media platforms using hashtags snowdays with hot chocolate. Until next time, bye-bye.